This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Carlos Sanchez, the new man at second base with Beckham gone. We talked to Robin. He's the manager. He always has some thoughts about the assemblage of his lineup. Horace Grant from days gone by. And Frank Thomas a couple years ago said this nice thing.
Congratulations, Pat. 1,000 shows. I mean, you've been around a long time. I think I've seen most of them.
Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove for my trivia game Wednesday, September 10th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game, easy to reach, 1750 East 55th Street, right by the lake. So get to the Cove. I'll see you there. You've got to get to Wax On, Wax Off Salon and Spa at 1044 West Taylor Street in Chicago. The phone number 312-226-1473. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. The T-Wax Company has money-making opportunities in the area of real estate. Buy Chicagoland properties. Profit opportunities since 1985. Call my friend Mr. Thomas at 773-456-3057. Want to make money? Call the T-Wax Company. Union Park Bar and Grill, a great place, open at 11 a.m. daily at Jackson and Racine. A huge full bar, tons of screens, great sandwiches and appetizers, great staff. They got a parking lot, daily specials, always fun. I always have a good time at Union Park Bar and Grill. You've got to get to Amelia's Bar and Grill. They're open for lunch and dinner daily at 46th and Halsted. Limode Cerdo, Potrero and Mar, Ceviche al Limon, Salmon al Carbone, a new cocktail menu, margaritas, martinis, sangria, and so much more at Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. Lisa Davis, Insurance and Tax Services, can help you at 107th and Western, specializing in rollovers, tax recovery, tax resolution, and insurance for your business, auto, home, or life. Call them at 773-873-8977. They'll help you like they helped me. Lisa Davis Services. We're back in the Spotlight. It's time to talk White Sox. And sort of coinciding with September, the usual time for minor league call-ups and deals, I guess you could say, and the Gordon Beckham sent to the Angels deal set this up. Second base was open. Carlos Sanchez has been brought up, and he's taking over the position and off to a good start. We got a chance to catch up with him, and with some help from translator Lino Diaz, we talked to him about defense, offense, the transition to the major leagues, and a few other things. And here's part one of it. We talked to him about any question that popped in my head. And some changes on the team, including the second baseman. And we're going to talk and find out a little bit about Carlos's thoughts and opinions. Could you ask him about how he felt his minor league experience went this year and about how smoothly he feels the transition is going up here?
¿Cómo te sentiste durante la temporada de ligas menores este año, verdad? ¿Y cómo tú te sientes que tu transición a grandes ligas ha sido?
No, de verdad que bastante contento. Desde Sprint Training vine con las ganas de trabajar fuerte y de verdad que todos los días salía a trabajar duro, a demostrar mi talento y las cosas se dieron bien este año, gracias a Dios.
You know what? I've been very happy. I think I had a great year. In the minor leagues, everything started in spring training. I think I had a pretty good spring. With the big league club, and then went throughout the year, continued to work hard, and things have worked out the way that I wanted to, and just coming up to the big leagues, it's been as good.
As somebody who most likely most of his life has been a natural shortstop, what about the idea of playing primarily second base so far?
Alguien como tú que siempre ha jugado shortstop, ¿cómo te sientes ahora a jugar segunda base?
No, bueno, desde que yo firmé en Liga Menores siempre he jugado las posiciones, de verdad que me siento bastante cómodo en las posiciones, pero yo creo que en la segunda yo creo que he visto más actividad, más juego y creo que me siento un poco más cómodo en segunda, pero yo me siento bastante contento en las posiciones.
You know, I actually play both of them. You know, it hasn't been shortstop. I play short and second a lot in the minor leagues. You know, but to be honest with you, I play more second than anything. You know, so I feel more comfortable at second base. You know, even though that I feel comfortable at short too. But I feel like the level of comfort at second base just because of the amount of games that I play there. You know.
Good. What about the key differences between AAA pitching and Major League pitching? What are some of the quick couple things he's noticed?
¿Cuáles son algunas de las diferencias que tú has notado en la forma que lanzan al nivel de AAA en comparación al nivel de Grandes Ligas?
No, bueno, aquí yo digo que son más consistentes, no fallan tantos picheos y de verdad que tienes que salir a buscar picheos temprano en la cuenta y porque aquí todo el mundo tiene unos picheos y como te digo son muy constantes y es muy raro cuando un piche falla un picheo.
The difference is the consistency in the pitches. You know, it seems like up here, you know, they don't miss pitches that much. You know, like what I mean with miss is location. You know, their locations it seems like it's always pretty good compared to in AAA. You know, they miss quite a bit. So that's the biggest difference. So when you come up here, you know, you have to be ready to swing at your pitch when you get it because you might not get it again.
One thing I thought I noticed in this first 25 at bats or so, 0 walks, and I wondered if caution should be taken because sometimes when pitchers get the idea that there is a free swinger, they're not going to get a strike later in counts. And what about this idea?
Una de las cosas que hemos notado, ¿verdad?, en los primeros 25 turnos y eso es que todavía no tenemos una base por bola, ¿verdad? ¿Cuáles son tus pensamientos sobre eso? Muchas veces lo que sucede cuando no hay base por bola es porque en verdad se está swingando temprano y eso y a todo tipo de lanzamiento. ¿Qué tú piensas sobre eso?
Sí, de verdad que sí. Yo digo que a veces soy una picheos malos que son bolas. Yo digo que he tenido la oportunidad de conseguir, aunque sea 2, 3 bases por bola, en lo que va de lo que agarra en el juego. Pero es verdad que a veces swingueo mucho picheo y a veces también swingueo picheo en bola.
You know why? You're absolutely right. It's been these first at bats. You know, I probably haven't been as selective as I should be. I've been more on the aggressive side. You know, and yes, I have swung at pitches, you know, out of the zone early on, and I should probably have somewhere around 4 or 5 walks by now. The way that I pitch, but you know, I've been on the aggressive side, so that's definitely something that I.
And we will have more Carlos next week. You got to get to Lindy's Gerties, 110th and Kedzie in Chicago. Burgers, hot dogs, salads, chicken, steak, a kid's menu, and then the great summer stuff: shakes, floats, soft serve. All there for you at Lindy's Gerties, 110th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist from Des Plaines Wellness, offering therapy for individuals, couples, and families at 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a great professional. Call her and you will get help. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly they come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass.
Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th.
We're back on the spotlight. It's time to talk White Sox. Robin Ventura is wrapping up his third season as White Sox manager. It's not ending the way he would have liked, but there's been some personnel changes. The kind of unsteadiness of the bullpen all year has been an issue. And so the Sox find themselves just trying to play out September in a strong manner and build a base for next year while looking at a few youngsters, among them Avisail Garcia, the young pitcher Rodon, and maybe a couple others who could be key pieces of the puzzle in 2015. So we talked to Robin about all of these things, and here's some of that.
Right now, I think Saylor's going to go the first game. Just like having him. He prefers to have the first game. I don't want him sitting around all day, so he would be the first guy.
No rain at all Saturday now. That's not there.
I haven't really looked at that forecast, but
Took a look today.
did you? You're that good?
Play ball.
Okay, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Let's play third.
I'd rather it not rain.
Yeah.
I'd rather it not rain.
You're allowed a 26-man that day, so
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah.
Would
You'll only
would you
pitch
be
in one of
using
them. Yeah, we're gonna use it with a pitcher, but
that?
he won't play. He won't pitch both games though.
Some guys.
I know.
Will he
I know.
stay around until the 1st of September?
He'll be back in September.
He won't stay. He'll go back.
He'll be back in September. I gotta ask Bob if I can actually clear it to tell you, but I know who it is.
I think you can say, yeah.
Can I say it? It's Bassett.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't talk to him when I came out here, so that's good. I mean, it gives the kid a chance to come up, and he'll be here in September, so give him one game to come up and do it. So I don't know if he'll necessarily go back to Charlotte, but he'll be around when September opens up.
You seen him at all in spring training?
I did see him in spring training. He got a live arm. I think you look at him just size-wise and just how it comes out of his hand. It's an intriguing pitcher just because of the way he throws. So we were impressed with him then. It was fun watching him pitch in spring training, and now you get a chance to see him up here against some good hitters.
Does he remind you of any major leaguers we might know?
No, I'm just going to go with. He reminds me of himself right now, so I'm just going to go with that. He looks, and let him pitch on his own.
You, as you said yesterday, told Ricky you don't want anybody up here that isn't going to play, so we can assume he'll get more starts in September.
Yeah, he'll have some chances to pitch. I think, again, I think these guys that come up, I don't think it's good for them just to come up and necessarily just be around. You want them to play, you want them to get acclimated and see what they can do, against, major league competition. I think the game's a little faster than it is in AAA, and you want to see how they react to it. Just like, with Sanchi, I think he's better right now of adjusting to that speed than he was when he just came up for the one day.
Is there a benefit to having a kid start in a game like this as opposed to maybe in July in the thick of things? He's getting his first look at Major League Baseball.
No, I think it's just the timing of it. We have a doubleheader. It's an opportunity for him. I don't think it's necessarily better or worse. It's just where you're at in the season, and he's had more time and seasoning down there that I think this is just the right time to do it for him, and he's earned it.
Do you anticipate giving guys extra rest in September? Maybe throwing a sixth guy in there at times, just to space?
Yeah, it's possible. I don't think right now it's necessarily for sure that you're going to do that. But again, we'll go by what's happening, how guys are feeling. You will have the ability to do that if you need to. So that is a possibility. But I'm not saying, that's for sure.
Putnam's thrown 2 days, I believe, in a row now. I mean, is he available today to go again, or?
He's I mean, him and Hobby would be available. Would you like to stay away from him? Yeah, I mean, they've been up and throwing quite a bit as of late. So you'd like to be able to stay away from him, but the way we are right now, depending on the game, they're really the best guys against lefties for us. And without having a lefty out there, you kind of like them when they load lefty heavy. Like these guys have a lot of lefties. So, but eventually somebody else is going to have to come in and do something. So we'll just see how it goes.
And we will have more Robins next week on the Spotlight.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700.
And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too.
That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You better get to the Cove for my trivia game Wednesday, September 10th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game, easy to reach, 1750 East 55th Street, right by the lake. Good times at the Cove, good people, and my game, September 10th, 8 p.m. See you there. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie.
We're back on the Spotlight, and before the Bulls left town, I caught up with Horace Grant to discuss a variety of things, and one of the questions that I asked him at the outset was how he feels about that constant early West Coast road trip that I think could possibly mess up the Bulls' momentum. How about it, Horace?
I enjoy going out to the West Coast, getting away from this cold weather. But on the serious side, I'm glad that we're going out there, early to get it out the way and see what the West Coast team have to offer. And really, the basic thing, just getting it under our belt, getting it out of the way.
What kind of style difference comes out right at you between Phil Jackson and Doug Collins' style? Right away they said it was Phil Jackson's low-key guy and that he's not going to push you so much. It's not going to be a pressure-packed situation for young players. How accurate is that?
Well, it's pretty accurate. Phil, as a lot of people know, is a more laid-back, Leonard Wilkins type coach and type guy. He don't get too emotional out there on the floor. He get emotional in the locker room, but no one sees that but the team. And on the other hand, that Coach Collins, everyone saw it out there on the floor, and we saw it here in the locker room. And I think he put a lot of the, not that much, but he did put some pressure on the rookies to contribute and do some impossible things.
Well, now you see Stacey King and B.J. Armstrong emerging. You see them coming along. How would you rate their progress, and do you think it's been helped by the way Jackson deals with them?
Well, I think, they're two very talented rookies who are coming slowly, and I think Coach Jackson really wants to bring them slowly. He don't want to put any pressure on the rookies because, he once was a rookie himself, and he know how it feels.
It's been said that sometimes star players don't make good coaches or managers because they can't relate to the bench guys. And I'm wondering if maybe that was part of the thing with Coach Collins, because he came as a #1 pick out of the draft and all, and he was always starting unless he was hurt, which of course is why I retired maybe a little on the early side. But, you get bench guys, role players. Maybe he had a little trouble with that. What about that?
Well, I think, just for seeing him play in the NBA, he was an outstanding player, and he was a good coach. But I think that he was, he just wanted to get the best out of the players, and I think he was over-demanding of some of the players, and I think that's why a lot of players, didn't get along with him. And this is 1989 now, and some people play hurt, and some people can't. When he was playing, I guess majority of the players played hurt, but I think this is a new age and time.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about was last year, so often you'd come out of a game and you'd appear weary, having battled a lot of 250-pound guys. And now, maybe the way your club is, with more flexibility, maybe Stacy can go in there with the 250-pound guys, and you could play those quicker lineups. Is that how you see the substitution happening?
Oh, definitely. I think, Stacy weighs about 250, 255. Let him go in and battle with the big guys and play some center. And I think that's what we needed last year. A guy as Stacy caliber and the talent that he got to go in there and bang with the big guys and give me a breather.
Now, I remember a while back at the stadium when you beat Seattle. That was a game that was kind of an up-tempo game. And you and Scotty and Michael all had about even point totals. Is that the ideal kind of game when you guys can get out and run and play it, if you will, Western style?
I think it is. Other than Bill Cartwright, I think this team right here can run with any West Coast team. And I think that's why we drafted Stacey and Will and the young guys, so we can run with any team.
Thanks a lot, Horace, and looking forward to you coming back.
Thanks a lot, Pat.
I eat the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at Watt 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie.
You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Let's go back to 1989. Mike Ditka and the Bears were mired in some difficulty.
He's not effective against Minnesota as he has no time, and so if we can pressure him a little bit, I'm certain it will help us. But that's the key. The other thing is, again, not to turn the football over. We've gone 2 weeks in a row, and this week we got a little stupid, about things in a couple areas. But we were fortunate enough to get 6 turnovers. That the 4 we gave up didn't hurt that much.
You were talking about receivers routes, Mike. It seems like you get a lot of mileage out of slants. Are people taking it away from you now?
No. Got to call them. We got to call them. We don't call them as much. In the last week, we did call some slants against Green Bay, and basically we tried to get the ball to the outside guy. The guy that was short going out instead of the guy coming in. But no, they're there. You can run a slant. You can always run a slant pretty well. So maybe we'll hit a couple of those this week. That's a good thought.
Mike, how much of a motivational factor will it be that their offense was named Offense of the Week after they beat you?
Were you asking me that or them? You better ask them. I'm not playing Sunday.
Neal's injury affected play call?
None. Thomas can run in there, and if he's not able to put Taylor in and run. It doesn't. You can't let it bother your play calling. Either he can run or he can't, or he catch the ball or he can't. I think the one thing probably is we don't throw the ball to him as much. We had some routes in there yesterday where we could have thrown the ball to him, and I think that's probably why we didn't. But yet he caught the ball well in practice last week, so if I'd have been the quarterback, I would have probably chanced in throwing it out to him.
Mike, have you thought at all about starting Gentry?
He is going to start. Don't you listen to the radio?
I heard you say
Some of us were on airplanes.
They
For
could've
those of
done-
us who were on airplanes.
He's going to start along with Wendell.
Which is
Good question.
Does that mean Dennis is...
No, it says he's going to start. What'd you ask me? You asked me a question. He's going to start. What I tell you last week about our starters. Let's go back to what I said last week about our starters.
I know what you said last week.
Okay.
Dennis still going to rotate, though?
We'll see.
Any other lineup changes? Other than injury?
Wolford will play this week.
Planning to use more cars?
Yeah, even Kaz on punts might not be bad. I know he's going to catch it back there, and whether he can run with it, maybe he can't run as good as some other people, but maybe he'll hold on to it a little better. So, we're going to look at some other people back there on punts also.
Mike, how much of Dennis McKinnon is it that he had a bad day, and how much is it that he criticized other players if that's bothering you?
I don't. That's not important. It's just that both of them are evils, and so which one's a greater evil? That's all. I would say criticizing your teammate is a little greater evil than having a bad day. Everybody has bad days. You even had one, haven't you?
Does Butler getting close to the record, does that change your strategy at all on where you might have him kick a field goal?
Nope. And I don't think it changes his. He'd like to kick it from 53 if he could, but if it, hopefully it's a couple. Wherever it's from, hopefully he makes it. That's the best way to put it. No, it doesn't change our strategy at all. I don't think he wanted to kick one yesterday, and I didn't want him to kick one yesterday at the end. There was no point in it.
What was the 4th and 18 yesterday? You made the first down, you did the right thing, but it would have been a 53-yard field goal.
Well, that never entered into my mind. Why we went 4th and 18 yesterday is because I just felt that they couldn't do anything against us with their offense. It didn't matter where we gave them the ball. To punt the ball, we gained nothing. And a 53-yard field goal would have been dead into the wind, which would have been totally impossible because the longest we could possibly kick it from looked like the ball on about the 20-some yard line, where it would have been about a 43-yard line. It looked like the most we could have kicked it. And that was pushing it from what Kevin told me. So it never crossed my mind. We were going for it, period. We made it. We were fortunate, I guess.
What was the difference of opinion in the second half on the sidelines about the play call?
There was none. No difference of opinion. But what it looks like and what is different, Sometimes black looks like white and white looks like black.
That's the one and only Coach Mike Ditka.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.